is asking the father for his daughter's hand in marriage old-fashioned and unnecessary? Roxanne.
All right, wait, listen. Can you hear that? The 80s is calling for my hair. And here we go. There we are, Alan and I, 1980s. He not only asked my father for my hand in marriage, he asked my dad if we could go out.
Wow.
Okay.
So listen to that. She's all for Alan. All right. So this guy that I just met at some singles thing, you know, at the church is a good place to meet guys. He's hopping over these chairs at that Our Sisters of Mercy, that building where our church would meet. I'm like, what's that guy doing hopping over chairs? Talking to my dad and my mom. Then he comes over to me and says, will you go out with me? I said, what was going on over there? I said, I asked your dad. I said, how did you know I was going to say yes? You asked my dad. No, but the rest is all history. And the second picture is us more recently at my son's wedding. So I have to say this. Exodus 20 says, honor your mother and your father, mother and father, father and mother, so you may live long in the land God has given to you. And Proverbs says, seek wise counsel. So what I have to say is, well, it's up to the person. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. When you honor a family, when you get married, you marry a family. That's right. Honor them from the get-go. So, and it's protection. It's protection for the man, it's protection for the woman, it's protection for the couple, that you get wise advice from both sides. Now, if you don't want wise advice, and you don't want some wrong advice, you got to sift through it.
So somebody say, is it unnecessary and old-fashioned?
Well, Roxy and I don't always agree, but I agree with Roxy on this one. Listen, it might be old-fashioned, but some old-fashioned traditions are worth holding on to. Okay, I've even seen it on modern reality shows, and yes, I watch some reality shows, where they still do this. I mean, even in the worldly views without a godly tradition, they still do this sometimes. And is it biblical? Is it a sin if you don't? No, I don't think it's a biblical tradition, but I think it's a wonderful tradition. Absolutely. And I'm already drilling it into my kids and my girls. I'm like, your guy is gonna get dad's permission, okay? Because I think it's awesome. And you know what? Think about it from this perspective. Wouldn't you want your kids to get the guy that you're asking to get your kids' permission? Don't you want to continue that tradition? So, you know, I think that it's, you know, it might be old-fashioned, but it's worth carrying that on.
All right, we got you.
Anybody? I mean, and this really has great biblical roots into it. If you look at, I mean, even Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and
True.
And here's the thing: what you're doing is like, Gloria's a Schaefer. This is Schaefer's. This is how Schaefer's roll. This is who we are. This is who she is. And a guy's going to come and take her, and she will take upon his last name. So there has to be some point of contact of honor, respect, like passing the baton, so to speak, and not just, you know, disregarding the Schaefer. You know what I mean?
It's part of that cleaving and cleaving.
Cleaving, yes, yeah.
And some men are taking on the woman's name now, so.
What?
I know, that's a whole other.
So that might be something to put in the marriage contract.
It's interesting because I was reading why people choose the other point of view, and it's because today women are more independent. A lot of them are out on their own, making their own money in their own home, living their own life. So the guy feels like, well, like I don't really need to do that. So that's the other point of view why they're not.